Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright, we are from the group 5 and I'm as a moderator. My name is Amila Rosa and my friends are Indah Yawanda and Nurul Wahida Rinjani. And in this video, we will explain about the technique camera photography and broadcastings. And the points of our presentation, number 1 is definition of photography, number 2 is photography camera techniques, and number 3 is what is broadcasting, and number 4 is scope of broadcastings. And definition of photography. Photography from English, photography, which comes from the Greek words photos, like, and gravo, painting or writing, is the process of painting or writings using light media. As a general term, photography means the process or method of producing an image or photography of an object by recording the reflections of light hitting the object on a light-sensitive medium. So, in general, photography can be interpreted as the process of painting or writing using light media. And next is photography camera techniques. Number 1 is zooming. Zooming is a technique that makes the main objects visible while the background looks blurred. This technique serves to emphasize the object and make it more striking. In applying this technique, you should use a tripod. Number 2 is panning. Panning is a photographic technique used to freeze the motion of a moving object. How to do panning is to move the camera in the directions of movement of the object you want to shoot, so that the object will appear to be in focus while the background will appear blurry. And number 2 is freezing. Freezing is a technique of photographing an object that is moving, such as water, a person who is exercising, as if we can stop the moving object. The way to apply this technique is to use a high shutter speed. And number 4 is macro. Macro is a photo technique taken at a very close distance to get a high detail on a small object. Macro photos usually have a 1:1 ratio where the resulting image is the same size the original object. Alright, the next slides will explain by Indah Yawanda.
Okay, next slide. The continue of photography camera techniques. Number 5, silhouette technique. Silhouette is a photo technique where the object looks dark while the background or photo background has a lighter color. How to apply this technique is to place the object or subject in front of the light by adjusting the exposure on the camera. Number 6, bulb technique. Bulb shoot light on light. The way to apply this technique to set the camera shutter speed as long as possible so that you will get the line produced by moving glowing object. Number 7, black and white technique. The best way to get quality black and white photo is with a digital camera that allows the monochrome setting to be enabled. With it, you can see object in black and white before starting to shoot. And number 8, high speed technique. This one technique is a method of aiming at object by utilizing speed. The resulting photos will be obtained in a very short time. The purpose of this shooting technique is to capture images that are difficult for the eyes to see. This impression is what makes the high-speed method quite popular. Okay, next slide, infrared technique. This shooting technique is often associated with thermal imaging, where the result of the image that appear will appear in a negative color. Infrared technique itself can be used to take picture with a dramatic dark impression. Number 10, panoramic technique. This technique refers to a photographic method that uses special equipment or software to capture image with a horizontal elongated file. This method is sometimes known as wide format photography. And the last is flash photography technique. This technique not only helps to provide good lighting, but it also help to provide good focus on object. Flash light itself will provide a qualified light intensity maximize the texture of the object to be photographed. Flash photography technique can be applied to various objects in order to get a touch of different bright colors.
And then the next slides will be explained by Nurul Wahida Rinjani.
Okay, the next material is about broadcasting. What is broadcasting? Broadcasting is a process of sending signals to various locations simultaneously either through satellite, radio, and other media. Broadcasting is a part of communication science. Broadcasting itself focuses more on the field of broadcasting, and the person who does the broadcasting is called the broadcaster. In communicating, a word and broadcasting information has a very large influence to be disseminated to the wider community. The content created must have a high appeal so that is it not boring to see and listen to but doesn't change the facts. Next, the continue. Compared to print media, broadcasting media has a faster ability to convey something and can even directly broadcast or convey an event directly. But on the other hand, conveying messages in a general way, quickly and at a glance to reach a wide audience in a span of time can cause conflict quickly too because is it not processed long ago. So broadcasting is a process of communication or dissemination of information through media that can be done quickly. However, we need to pay attention to many things in detail so as not to cause conflict. The next material about scope of broadcasting. There are several scopes in broadcasting, which includes A. Presenter, B. Cameraman, C. Media reporter, D. The world of cinema such as director, producer, editing, and etc. There are a lot of skills needed to run a radio station, let alone television. Some of the most popular professions are radio broadcaster, television presenter, and producer. The rest might still be very rarely heard while we are in college. It's good to get closer to various businesses. Radio, and especially television, desperately need creative, innovative, and productive people. So I think that's enough about our presentation. Thank you for your attention. I'm sorry for our mistaken. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.